All right. Looks like I'm live. Hopefully everyone can hear me well. Check the audio real quick. See if anybody's going to join me live here while I do this prediction on Spence versus Porter. We got it coming up. See somebody viewing it, man. How's the sound? Does it sound good? Let me know. We'll send out a couple links real quick. Let your boy know what's good with the audio, man. Let me know what's up. You know what I'm saying? Live, baby. We're gonna break this thing down. Spence versus Porter this weekend, man. This is gonna be a hell of a fight, I think, man. This is gonna be um, a lot better fight than most of you guys think. I have a feeling that most of you guys are thinking that Spence is just gonna annihilate Porter. I don't see that. Not saying that I think Porter's gonna win, but I don't see an annihilation. That's for sure. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get into this breakdown real quick. Send out a couple links, so I'm good now. So, man, what a day I had, man. I was stuck at jury duty 7 hours today, man, and I didn't even get called in, nothing, man. I was out there for no reason. But it's all good because now I get to do my prediction video on this big fight this weekend. I'm going to be on the Brother D Styles show tonight in an hour or so with him and the brother Reggie Owens. It's going to be a good show, guys. I know most of you guys that are subscribed to D Style are subscribed to me also, so make sure you tune into that tonight. It's going to be a good show. But I'm gonna go ahead and break this thing down right here on my channel, and then maybe we'll go in a little bit more when we do the little roundtable discussion on D Style's show. So here's what I see, man. Here's what I see. All right, I see a very close and competitive fight, man, because we got two big welterweights, man. Both of these guys are big welterweights. And we got two champions, man. And these guys, they don't want, I don't think these guys want to let go of these belts, man. These guys are both very competitive and they want to keep those belts, man. Not only do they want to keep that belt, but they want to gain another strap. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to break down both fighters on what I see based off of their, last couple fights, mainly the last one, I guess. I don't know. And then I'll let you guys know who I think is going to get their hand raised at the end of the fight. So I'm gonna start out with Errol Spence. Earl the True Spence. Spence is he's very, the notion on him is that he's, just this big guy, he likes to come forward, land hard shots and try to get guys out of there. Which he's done a pretty good job of so far. Although against Mikey Garcia, he didn't get Mikey Garcia out of there. Although I think he could have, but he didn't. I feel like he boxed very, very well in that fight. He didn't have to do what he normally does to his opponents to win that night. And that was a great performance by Errol Spence. I mean, if I was to give him a grade, it would be an A+, man. Um, he's very, very technical, man. Very, very technical. I'm gonna get into that in a second. But he's got good power especially on the inside. He has real good power. When I'm talking about him being so good technically, very fundamentally sound he is. He keeps his hands up very good. And one thing I noticed in the Garcia fight was when Garcia was coming in, and Garcia was he's a shorter guy, so he's coming in and he's low, and Garcia likes to bounce. He does like this forward backwards kind of thing where he's got his hands up and he's going forward and backward. He was throwing a lot of these hard power jabs at Spence, long power jabs to try to get into the inside on him. Spence he's so good at keeping his hands up. What I noticed a lot of the time when Garcia was coming in with that power jab, that Spence is a southpaw. So what would happen was Garcia was coming in. I noticed he already had this glove here, so he would just raise just a little bit, and that jab of Garcia's would just kind of slide off. Might even nick a little bit of the head, but it would just slide off. And what he would do is he would extend that lead right hand, and not he wouldn't just counter that jab, but he would sometimes like almost like in football, like if you watch football, he would almost do like a stiff arm to Garcia just to kind of block him from closing that distance also. So not only did he block the jab with his left hand, keeping it right here, very fundamentally sound, keeping it right here up top, but he also extended that right hand and put it right in Garcia's face, and then he just bounces right out of the way, and he's in good position to fire back with his own shots. I noticed he did that quite a few times against Garcia. Not only did he block him, but also he would slip and then come back with his own power jab. Well, I'm sorry, Spence's with it right. He would come in with his own power jab and counter Garcia, but not only would he hit him with one, sometimes he would hit him with two, three, and then he's right back there where he needs to be with his feet together. Um, Very well balanced and in position all the time is Spence. Um, he does this thing where when he's coming forward, with his jab, and his jab is phenomenal, man. I'm just gonna say it. Spence's jab is phenomenal. I think it's probably the most intelligent jab at welterweight right now. I'm gonna say that. He, like I said, I already give you an example of how he used it for defense to keep guys away with not even shooting a power jab. But he's very deceptive with it. He doesn't telegraph it at all, man. It's very hard to see when he's throwing his power, a full extended jab at fighters, um, and not only to the head but to the body, to the chest. He was hitting Garcia, and he was using these little subtle, tiny like movements to get forward. I don't know how to explain it. I mean, I wish I could show you my feet on how what I was seeing, but he does these little he just moves just inches forward with his legs, so you don't really see him closing the gap, but he really is. I noticed he was doing that against Garcia a lot. So while him and Garcia, like I said, Garcia's he likes rhythm. He's a rhythm guy. So Garcia's like this. He's like got his hands up and he's like leaning forward, leaning back. He's doing this. Spence was able to time that pretty well. So while Garcia's going back, forth, back and forth, back and forth in front of him, Spence is doing these little tiny steps forward. And the next thing you know, he just bang, shoots that jab. And he was popping Garcia's head back all night long, man. That jab did a number on Garcia. I mean, I'm telling you guys, when I used to train, when I was a teenager, I used to train with friends and cousins, people that I've known since like elementary school that boxed. Um, and these guys, they were a lot better than me because I just did it just to have fun and to stay in shape when I was a teenager. But these guys took it serious. Like these guys, a couple of them went pro, a couple of them went amateur. So these guys took it serious, man. I'm telling you, when you get hit with a good proper jab, full on by somebody, that thing, man, I'm telling you, it doesn't really hurt your face as much as it hurts the back of your damn neck and your upper back. Like you're getting hit, you're going like this. That stuff, I'm telling you, man, it takes power out of you, man. Um, that's what I seen him doing to Mikey Garcia a lot in in that fight. Um, so yeah, he doesn't telegraph that jab. He gets it out there, and he's gonna have to use that jab. I mean, he used it almost to perfection against Garcia, but he's gonna have to use it even more in this fight against Porter because again, Porter, just like Garcia, he's the shorter guy. But Porter is a lot more explosive and a lot more powerful than Mikey Garcia is. Obviously, Mikey Garcia is moving up two weight classes to fight Spence, but um, again, he's a smaller guy, so he's going to be Porter. We know I'm gonna get down to what he does, but he gets real low. So Spence is going to he's going to have to use his jab even more in this fight against Porter to keep him off because we know Porter's going to try to close that gap on him for sure. But Spence, to me, again, those things that I just broke down, I'm telling you, the defense, keeping the hands up high, you know, deflecting shots with his hands, keeping them up, blocking guys from coming forward with the right hand, and using a good power jab, using his feet to get forward, to get on the inside to close distance on guys. Just beautiful, beautiful boxing from Errol Spence that night, man. Unbelievable from what you've seen in his previous fights. So now for Shawn Porter, again, just like Spence, he's a big, big guy, man. I thought now I could be wrong about this, but I thought I seen an interview with Kenny Porter, And I thought that he said something about Shawn used to fight amateurs like 160 or 168, something like that. Um, so he's a big welterweight, man, very big. Another thing that is good about Porter is, I mean, this guy he is well conditioned, man. He is in phenomenal shape every fight. I never see him getting tired in there, especially with all the rough house tactics that he does, the grappling, the wrestling. He's a big, strong guy, and he's a well-oiled machine, man. The guy doesn't get tired. What's good, my brother Afro Rican G, man? Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate that, man. Um, so yeah, he's not gonna get tired in this fight, man. So he's gonna be there all night for Spence. And that's why I'm not predicting a knockout. I'm just going to tell you right now, I'm not predicting a knockout by Spence. Okay, I'm not doing that. I don't think he's going to knock out Porter. I have yet to see Porter in any kind of serious trouble yet. The closest was maybe the Kell Brook fight, and Brook did some things that I think that Spence can do also with that jab. Um, but he's going to be in there and fight a good hard 12 rounds with Spence. Now, this is where it's going to get a little tricky with some of you guys. I know a lot of you guys don't like Porter's style. He gets a little rough, he gets dirty, he smothers his shots. Yes, yes, yes to all of that. Absolutely. But when he's on point and when he's doing what he's supposed to be doing, which is the majority of the time, I'm going to say that. The minority of the time is when he's being sloppy and dirty. Um, but when he's very, very good on the inside, guys, I'm telling you. And he has the shorter arms in this fight. That's going to help him if he can get close to Spence. If he can close the gap on Spence and get on the inside, I think he's going to win the battle there. I really do. With the rough house tactics, the grappling, the headbutting, the elbows sometimes that he throws that land, he could possibly cut Spence. But also, again, his mechanics are very well when he's on the inside. He gets really low with his head. He shells up real good on the inside, and he gets real low, and he throws good uppercuts right into the solar plexus, good left hooks, right hooks to the sides, to the body, and he gets, very good leverage on these shots, guys. I'm telling you, just go back and watch his fights when he's working on the inside the way he's supposed to be. Those shots come and they're short and they are hard. He gets. Like I said, I wish I could show you guys my legs, but he gets real good bent in those legs, and he comes up, which is exactly how you're taught to begin with when you're throwing good power shots to the body. You get a little bit of bent in the knee, and then you come up with those short shots. He's very, very good, very, very good at that. Not only that, but closing the distance, which is something that we have to talk about here because he's going to have to do that in order to take advantage of these things like the shorter arms on the inside and getting those shots to the body, even to the head. His feet, Shawn Porter's feet are very, very fast, guys. Very fast. The way that he's able to change angles on guys is just crazy, man, for a guy that big. We see Lomachenko do that where he's coming and he does those pivot moves real quickly and he gets on the side of guys and he's throwing shots and he gets out of the way. Porter does some of that, just not as the way they're a little bit different than Lomachenko. I've seen him do this to guys like when he fought Danny Garcia. When Spence fought Danny Garcia, I remember seeing him get good leverage. Like he'll hop in, right? He'll be here, he'll get low, and he'll jump in real quickly, land, and then rip a left hook to the body. And then while he's doing that, he literally jumps over again and then lands a right hook right underneath the shell defense of Garcia. I'm telling you guys that takes a lot of athleticism and a lot of fast footwork to do that, to hop and then pivot again and then boom, land another shot. I'm telling you, he's going from here, he's hopping in, boom, left hook, and then by the time he spins around, Garcia is barely turning his body to get his hands up, and he's already getting hit with a right hook to the body. African says, I feel Earl's going to outbox, at least try to in the first half, and a little by break him down. It may be late knockout. I don't know if Earl can finish him, though. Yeah, That could possibly happen. I think that Spence is going to show some boxing skills in this fight also. Um, but I'm gonna get back to Porter again with the fast footwork. He's able to close the gap very quickly with his feet. Not only that, he has a very good throwaway jab where he basically what that is, you just throwing something out there to kind of distract the guy, and then he comes in with again fast feet jumping in and boom throwing right hooks. There was a time in that fight again, the same fight, Danny Garcia, another guy who's very good fundamentally with his feet. He's just he's got slow feet, but there was a time in that fight. I remember it was late in the fight also where he kind of Garcia was here and Garcia threw a jab at him. Porter was able to slip that thing, right? He slipped it, and then while he's this low, again, he's leaping over to the side, and he comes up and he clocked Garcia with a clean left hook. I mean, he's here, he slipped the jab, jumps over, and then boom, he's already on the other side of Garcia, and he's throwing that left hook, bang, landed right on the button. He's very, very good at that, guys. Those feet are very, very fast, and he's gonna have to use those quick feet transitions, those little quick shuffles to switch from side to side, to pivot, to get on the inside and hit body shots on Spence. He's very tricky, man. How he slips these shots. I'm telling you guys, just go back and watch some of his fights, man. He's very, very tricky, and I feel that Porter gets, he ends up on the short end of the stick with a lot of fight fans and with judges. Now, the fights that he lost were with Keith Thurman and who else did he lose to? Keith Thurman. Oh, Kell Brook. That's right, Kell Brook. Um, I'm not saying that he won these fights, but what I am saying is that I feel like the judges and a lot of people that watch him fight, they don't give him enough credit for these things that I'm mentioning, and that's what I ultimately think that this fight is going to come down to. I think that it's going to be close. It's going to be very competitive. It's going to be at times a war, I believe. At times they're going to be trading shots back and forth. It's going to be very entertaining, I believe so. I just think that the judges are going to see Spence and his cleaner work, cleaner shots, is what I think is going to win the fight here for him. But I do think that Porter is a live dog. It wouldn't surprise me if he outworks Spence because, like I said, the guy's in phenomenal shape. I've never seen him hurt. I've never seen him get tired in the ring. Um, but you just never know with that nice shotgun jab that Spence uses. If he's able to find success early and consistently, that could be something that slows Porter down. Could be maybe a knockdown, could be maybe a stoppage. I mean, I'm thinking maybe, but I don't think so. Honestly, I don't think that Spence is going to knock him down or knock him out. You know, I just think it's going to be one of those back and forth, toe to toe type of fights where you're going to get, if you're at a fight party, which I'm going to be at, if you're at a fight party, it's going to be half the room thinking Spence won, half the room thinking Porter won. It's going to be one of those things, or guys are like, man, I like when this Porter got in there. He was on the inside. Spence was trying to stay outside, try to stay away and box. Like it's going to be one of those things where it depends on what you like. But I think that at the end of the day, or should I say at the end of the fight, Spence is going to get his hand raised in a 12-round decision. That's what I see. But don't sleep on Porter, guys. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. I know a lot of his stuff looks ugly. I know a lot of his stuff is dirty. But I'm going to tell you right now, man. Don't be like some of these pussy-ass channels that you see on here that complain about guys using dirty tactics. I don't mind dirty tactics. I think that when it gets overdone, when it's just too much, then I have a problem with it. But I'm telling you guys right now, from my experience, from being from sparring with guys who, like I said, that I grew up with, and these guys are well trained, a lot more well trained than I am. I just know the basics. They all use dirty tricks, man. All right, I'm just gonna be honest with you. And they know how to get away with it. They know how to sneak it in there. So Don't let these other channels fool you. Like, oh man, I don't condone dirty fighting, and I don't like this guy because he's dirty. I don't like this. Trust me, guys. They all use little dirty shit when they're fighting. Okay. Afro Rican G bodywork is going to slow Porter down, in my opinion. Right? Yeah, man. I mean, Spence is great to the body, also. It's gonna be, man. I'm telling you, man. It's gonna be a good fight. I'm telling you, man. It's gonna be good. I'll be shocked if it's a stoppage, man. I really will be shocked if it is. I won't mind it though. I mean, everybody loves to see a good knockout, just as long as the fight is good. It's not one of those. I'm gonna just blaze through some guy and just get him out of there quickly. Um, you know, but I think it's gonna be a good one, guys. So that's my prediction, man. I'm taking Spence in a very close, tough, and rugged decision, 12-round decision over Porter. Maybe even a rematch because I think it's going to be that close of a fight. I really do, man. Porter is a guy who's, again, he's never been, you know, dominated. He's never been hurt. I've never seen him tired. And, from what I see, he's a very competitive guy, man. So he's not going to want to just lay down to Spence, man. He's there to do his job, and that's to win the fight, you know? So I see him in there for 12 hard rounds, man. I really do. Um, but anyway, like I said in the beginning, make sure you tune in tonight. The brother D Style Boxing live tonight. I'll be on there with Reggie Owens. Show's gonna be fire, guys. Make sure you watch it. This was my breakdown, my personal breakdown on my channel. We'll be talking. I think we're gonna be talking about this tonight also. Probably the undercard too. So there might be more things that come out, but I just wanted to throw this in there on my channel before I go on D Styles and give my prediction to more people. His channel is a lot bigger than mine, but make sure you guys, if you're watching, hit the like button for your brother. Look out for me. I'm trying to build my channel back up. I know I took a long break, man, but I'm back and I'm ready to get back in here, man, and make these videos, put in this work. So that's my prediction, guys. Let me know what I got wrong, what I got right, what I missed, whatever. But I'm out, man. This is G Funk. And I'll see you guys later tonight. Have a good one.